What's up, fellow gamers? It's Nightwing here, the Wii Live game reviewer, bringing you the first ever Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game for the NES. Story for Turtles. Let's clear some stuff up first, shall we? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game on the NES is in the story canon of the original cartoon show from 1987. It's actually the initial plot, so it's after the Turtles have been mutated by the ooze to become the wisecracking superheroes we know and love, and the rat, Splinter, is not just some rat. He is really the ninja master Hamato Yoshi, and he was mutated by the Shredder. So the Turtles and Yoshi, their main goal is to defeat Shredhead, save April O'Neil, and to protect New York City. Alright, concept for Turtles. This is yet another old school game that is split into so many different concepts. Your first opening goal, mission, or concept is to save April O'Neil from Bebop and Rocksteady. Then you have to jump into the Hoover Dam and you have to stop 8 bombs from destroying it and flooding New York City. Then you have to go and save Master Splitter, who's been kidnapped by the Shredhead. Shredder, Tin Face, Tin Can, whatever you want to call them. The game is broken up into 5 chapters, 5 missions, or 5 areas, as you want to, whatever you want to call it. The game, again, follows that of the cartoon series. You don't fight real foot soldiers, you fight the vast Foot Clan army of robots that Shredder got from Dimension X and Krang. If you were alive during the cartoon show, I'm probably sure many of you weren't, but it was a great show. In any case, you go all over the place in this game in the 5 different areas. You even go to the Foot's base, the Technodrome itself, and vast amount of hidden caves that lead to the Technodrome. And is it just me, or does the Technodrome seem a lot smaller than it was in the cartoon show? Oh well. Alright, controls for Teenage Mutant Ninja. I'm not biased about the controls at all. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're great. And the fact that you can switch between turtles whenever you want just adds to the epicness of this game, and it was never done in any other Turtles game that I can think of. In order to make your turtle jump, all you do is press the A button. In order to use your turtle in combat, all you do is you press the B button. You can either do down and B, up and B, or just B itself. The Turtles are broken into 2 groups, distance and close range fighters. Now, Michelangelo and Raphael, my favorite was Mike when I was a kid, and Raph was my wife's favorite as a kid. They're great for opening and low attacks, and Leonardo and Donatello are great for distance combat and also to put the finishing blow on any boss. The only problem with these characters, though, is if you get too close to an enemy, since their down and A only goes straight down and not forward like Mike's or Raph's, it leaves you prone to attack, which just kind of stinks. Donatello is my favorite as an adult now, and my wife's is Leonardo. Another thing that makes this game really great is the fact of the secondary weapons, from the Ninja Stars, the 3 Stars, the Boomerangs, and my favorite, the Sonic Boom Gun. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, Nightwing, why is it called the Sonic Boom Gun? In all honesty, I don't know what the gun's called, but it looks like the turtle is putting out a sonic boom. In any case, I can't see playing this game without that weapon for the really, really hard bosses. It makes the game like a cakewalk. Alright, design for this game. I also really like how this game is designed. One of my favorite levels is actually the Hoover Dam mission. Now, I know you're probably thinking, wow, Nightwing, so many reviewers just have so much hatred for this level. Well, that's because they just rank at it. But I loved how it's designed. The inside of the buildings, they're pretty much all the same. The only difference is that they add different enemies, but I love the fact that the turtles and the enemies themselves are very well drawn and designed. You can see shadow effects and so many different things. It was just great for 1989. The sewer level was reused in so many Turtles games, like in concept art and stuff like that, especially in Turtles Arcade. Another thing I really liked about this game was they actually tried to make the New York City skyline, and for 1989 it's really not that bad, and it just looks really well done. The cave itself is very detailed. You can see metal shine effects and just they put a lot of work into this game, and you can really tell. And playing through it, you can just see, you know, how much detail it was. The only complaint I have is the Technodrome is too small, but look at this stage in the Technodrome. Doesn't it look like something out of Metal Storm? Look at how well detailed that is. The overworld map, too, has a lot of detail. To the building details, to even the detail of the party wagon. Now, this reminds me of something out of Metal Gear. And well, I mean, it's Ultra Games and Konami, so it's the same people, but I love the lighting effect of the helicopters in the dark and stuff. Alright, history for this game. Honestly, who doesn't love the Turtles? Turtles got their start in comics in '84, and then in 1987 they had a cartoon show which spawned action figures and even their own video game title, which spawned more video games, a live-action movie. Even Japan got in on the action. Turtle Mania was huge in the 90s. Sadly, the cartoon show ended in '97, but Turtles are back in 2003. They had a movie in 2007. Turtle Mania is back! Bad aspect about this game. Well, as many reviewers and a lot of people have said about this game, the jump mechanic is broken just a little bit. In fact, when you're trying to jump over a little ledge, you end up falling half the time, and the fact that the enemies keep respawning, it's just a big headache. But if you jump on the very tip of the edge, you can make it. And make sure to walk across small edges and not jump across or you'll fall. And always time your jump so you don't fall. Another thing that I found interesting is that if you're standing on a rope and you get hit, you're going to fall through the rope. Not to mention that this game is insanely hard. The farther and farther you get, the harder and harder it gets. I mean, look at my score right down there. The enemies get very hard depending on what score you have, which sometimes really bites because it's like, man, this game is wicked hard. Alright, it's time for the good aspect about this game. And first off, I'm a fan of the Ninja Turtles. And I really like this game. I love the fact that the developers actually left pizza that would respawn in the sewers so you could fix your turtles. Another thing I loved about this game is the switching characters mechanic. Even when you're in the middle of an attack. It adds a whole strategic element to this game and really makes it untouched by the other Turtle games. And a lot of fun. Another thing I loved about this game is the Sonic Boom Gun. It's great against the bosses, especially Shredder, the Mauser, and even the Robot Turtle. And let's face it, people, without this game, you would not have had all the really great Turtles games. So let's get that through our heads, okay? I really like this game. I suggest you guys download it for your Wii. It's just 600 Wii points. This game gets a 6 out of 10. The next game is a overly requested Starfox 64, and it is one of my all-time favorite video games of all time. So gamers, you can look forward to this very soon. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. And this is Nightwing saying, happy gaming.